Hello everybody, I'm Arman Atem from ARLOOPA. ARLOOPA is AR and VR development startup which is founded in 2014, and we have two services. Like, we are providing the custom labeled dubs based on our own platform, and we are providing AR hosting services. This means we are making the AR more easy for people to create their experiences and to host their experiences in the cloud without spending like too much money for creating custom apps. You can see that the different companies that we are working for, and the main focus is for us, if it's a commercial use, that it should be connected to the sales and the company should be benefited. If it's a social project, if it's a social component, we should make the good impact for them. And number of companies have chosen us to work with them. But today we are going to speak more specific cases about the museums and the cities that are using our service and how they are benefiting from it. So what is our app is do? It's simply like it's AR camera. You can scan any printed object and you can see augmented reality content with it. So you can download the ARLOOPA app, by the way, right now. So we have some few markers here that you can scan, and later on you can visit our stand to get more. So what's the idea behind of this? So imagine when you are going to the museum. Nowadays the new generation doesn't want to take these audio guides and so on. So it's more natural that you can take off your phone with the special app or even the general app and can scan every picture and get the information in any languages that you want. So it's getting more easier and more natural because you are not taking other headsets. There is no uncomfort situation when you are wearing any other headphones, but you are doing with your own. And you can also store the data from the museum. Like, you can store this information right to your device after this augmentation. Now we want to show some practical case, like how we have worked with the artist and how we did some AR. Igor, may I invite you to join us? And we bring here actually the work that Igor will introduce.
Sure. Hi everyone, my name is Igor Capibaribi. I am sales rep and creative for ARLOOPA for Northern California, and I'm also an artist. And one of my works that I do with my clients, I do fine art photography. And this particular piece, if you have a chance to come by our booth after this and just take a look closer, I shot this client with a drone, and she actually gonna walk and move off screen. So the idea of working with ARLOOPA with this is that the simplicity that it can have your content associated with a marker, and it's going to be available for everyone. It's so simple. But the whole concept that comes with this is like working with museums and artists. You're going to be able to implement buttons on the screen that you can see who the artist is, where you can find him, if you can find tickets, if you want to buy books, if you want to buy pictures of any other works that they would have. And this is really simple and accessible and it's scalable. An artist can just have a work and call his client and say, take a look at this art in a month, and I'm going to be able to sell you a layer of the making of who I am, or poetry or anything related to that. So it's a great opportunity to be working with ARLOOPA, and if you ever need something to go and do with that, just create content and the market and the marker. It's pretty simple, and it's going to make a really big impact in museums and art galleries and for the artist community in general. Thank you.
Thank you, Igor. So the idea is that imagine that artists who are taking the photos, like they could have additional layer to their photos. If it's a painter who is painting the picture, they can have additional layer on their paintings. And going to the forward with this idea, we started to think about like how this, like for example, the Pokemon Go was affected, because the most of the users was the young kids, and if we will like to see to communicate with them, we have to speak with their own languages. And with this idea in our mind, we went to the Ministry of Culture of Armenia and we pitched them the idea that let's make the monuments in our city to come alive. So the idea is that the people, like the tourists or the citizens, when they are scanning the statue, they can see that person's 3D avatar who is sharing like the important message that he, like who is he and what he have done. So by this way, the people starting to get the additional new layer of the content right in the city. So this, the second app is kind of like a white label of ours. It exists in the market. So another tech that is very important now and what we are also using, it's a 3D scanning. So by 3D scanning, we can get the real person who is active right now, who is important person for future, and the new monuments not going to be the static as we know. In the future, the monuments going to be augmented. They're going to be holographic. And having this now on our mind, we have to scan the people who are doing really good job, like who are doing really impact for our society, and we should make their monuments in totally new way. So in future, the new generations will see them through the augmented reality or in virtual reality by 3D scanning. So those are the few pictures that we have get, and also the tourists who are coming to the city, they are also enjoying this experience because they somehow interacting with the culture and they are knowing the people, like whose this monument is, they can easily scan and get more information. Another case that is very popular, imagine that you are going to home museum of the Albert Einstein. Imagine how it could be like if the messages, like if the core information you can get from his avatar. So through our platform, it's possible for any museum to create their own 3D avatars and have in their museums, to have the markers in their museum, and they can do this augmentation in their places. We did this experience with very famous Armenian writer William Sarian. On his celebration, we have created the special room. It was the room almost decorated from the famous pictures that we have on nowadays. And we have created the 3D avatar, which is appearing there with a certain message. You can imagine that it was mind-blowing experiences for people who were not, like, know about the AR, like older ages, and were visiting there and getting this type of information. And another, like, couple of 3D scans and the 3D objects that we have created exist in our, like, you can visit our booth to get more information. We are in booth number 200. Another practical case that we want to show that we have worked on, there is a painting of one of the most famous Armenian painters. And we came with the idea that why not to experience this painting in a new way? Why not to appear inside of the painting? And our team have created the immersive experience that you are traveling inside of the picture. So you are appearing inside of this 3D environment, and you are experiencing it in virtual reality. So again, we want to have, as a next step of development for the museums, like, again, they can upload the picture, and if the picture is in a way that you can be inside, if you can experience it, if you will scan this with ARLOOPA, it will turn into the VR mode, and the museum can provide you the cardboard to experience this inside. So not just watching the gallery, but also to experiencing it, to being inside of it. So currently we are, I can say, we have those clients with whom we are working for. We are here more to get advice. I can say if you have some interesting approaches, if you want to share anything, we will appreciate any feedback that you have. Thank you.